This is not a well-coached team. Justin Herbert, once again, has to save the franchise.
Make that call. Even with the win, you can look at that and be like, hey, that was a stupid call based on field position.
This guy thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. He ain't close. Like, he may be in a math quiz or something like that. But this is football. This guy is so disrespectful to the game.
We thought the LA Chargers had this one in the bag against the Raiders, dominating the first half, 24-7. That's a statement. That's beautiful. That's a Chargers team that we all believe that they can actually become consistently. But come on, this is the Chargers we're talking about. Now, they didn't put up any points in the second half, which is absolutely embarrassing, but they still squeaked out a 24-17 win. I need to know fast, though, in the comments, how pissed off are the Chargers fans that they had that 24-7 lead and did not score again? And I want to know also, is that a little issue or a big issue to only be a touchdown away from getting your game to be pushed into overtime? Are you mad? Chargers fans, I got to know. Now, the Raiders were really, really knocking on the door, deep in Chargers territory, and who comes up big? Asante Samuel Jr., that's who. Third-year corner with the interception on Aiden O'Connell. Clutch, beautiful. Then we've got Justin Herbert, and what does he do? Throws an absolute dot to Joshua Palmer to move the chains and seal the deal. But let's talk about this coach, Brandon Stanley. And if you follow Real Friends in Football, like actually follow us, you would know, even us as non-Chargers fans, we've been wanting this guy gone after his first year. For whatever reason, I see Chargers fans, Chargers media giving him a break after his first season. And I genuinely believe when a coach says, hey, I'm going to pick analytics over the guts that I'm feeling, I'm saying, okay, I don't want this guy as my coach. I want a coach that has the analytics but chooses his guts over the analytics. And we will get into that later, so please, please hang on tight for that. I mean, the guy has guts, honestly. I'll give him that. To be so foolish and go for it on 4th and 1 on your own territory, not once, but 2 weeks in a row, and both times they've come up short. But guess what? That defense, they've got Staley's back. Another red zone turnover to save the day. You can't make this stuff up. I want to say this with respect to Brandon Stanley. Regardless of what the numbers might say, you need to have the understanding to not do stupid things like going for it in your own territory. Screw the analytics and let's rock with the history of football. Now, history speaks for itself. The Chargers pull out victories when Staley gets gutsy late in the game. And I don't care if those calls don't always pan out. It fires up the team, believe it or not. And let's not forget, this isn't just about guts and glory. It's about the numbers, the analytics, the math, and it all supports these bold moves. And if history and data are telling you something, you listen. So the way I want to do this is just in case there are some Brandon Staley stans that really like to harp on the fact that they love his analytical approach, I do want to be fair and just and show the fans a few moments where his analytical frame won y'all the game. 2021, Week 3 versus the Chiefs, bypassed long field goal while the game was tied. Went for it, scored a touchdown, beat the Chiefs. Week 4 in 2021, bypassed the punt while up 7 points, beat the Raiders. Week 5 against the Browns, man went for it on 4 different 4th down attempts. And let the list go on. Against the Eagles, Steelers, Texans, Browns again, Cardinals, Vikings. Now, what do all these games have in common? The Chargers won. Every single one. In 10 of Staley's 21 wins as head coach, he made what everyone's calling a controversial decision. But if controversy leads to victory, then you have to buy in. Now, sure, you might bring up the last game of 2021 against the Raiders, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't want to talk about it. But even that bold 4th down call in their own territory, it didn't decide the game. Raiders just went for a field goal, and the Chargers still pushed it to overtime. But let's flip the script a bit. 2023, weeks 1 and 2, both times Chargers could have been bold, could have gone for it, or chased that touchdown. But they played it safe, took the path everyone says is quote-unquote correct, the right way, and what happened? 2 L's on their record. I'm not going to bat for Staley. I'm not saying Staley should be fired necessarily, even though I think it should have happened after his first season. I want to calm down on it. There's always going to be room to critique any coach. Staley's no exception, but if we're talking about his aggression, That's not the issue. In fact, I'd argue it's the opposite. Staley's got to stay true to his guns. It's what's been bringing W's to the Chargers. I just think when he takes those gutsy decisions, he needs to be right. That's it. That's all. But the biggest tomato of everything, and the reason why you should be watching this video and go ahead and hit the like button, is Week 6, Monday Night Football, Chargers versus Cowboys. The Chargers, coming off a fresh bye, are looking to capitalize. The Cowboys not coming in so hot, if you caught that Sunday night spectacle. Now, San Francisco, they laid the smackdown on Dallas. I mean, if you have any doubts about the 49ers being top tier, I can't help you. And Dallas, the defense, that's been their backbone. Missing in action is Dak Prescott with 3 interceptions. This guy's been okay, but not great ever. Not his finest hour. Look, the Dallas offense has been slipping, and I think this Chargers team should not be sleeping for this opportunity to steal a lot of energy and morale for your team. Chargers, please do not fumble this. This is going to be a massive win for the organization. Here's where things get a little bit spicy. After letting go of Kellen Moore, your new offensive coordinator, Mike McCarthy, takes the reins as the offensive play caller. We all saw that move coming from a mile away, and it's looking like a misstep. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen to Cedarian Lamb, or the casuals might know him as CeeDee Lamb. I'm an OU fan. I call him Cedarian. Let's lay it out this way. Dallas under Kellen Moore, a top 5 offensive juggernaut, no doubt about it. Now, I know some folks are saying the loss of Amari Cooper and Zeke Elliott got Dallas tripping. I think it's because they don't have Kellen Moore in the building. That's honestly what I actually think. Now, here's the kicker. McCarthy steps in and suddenly Dallas's offense is struggling? Come on now. That's not just some random hiccup. And while we're connecting dots, let's not overlook the Chargers and how they've been on the up and up offensively. The red zone last year, Cowboys were beasts, leading the league with a touchdown on over 70% of their trips. Now, they're bottoming at 28 with a mere 36.84%. And the Chargers, they jump from the middle of the pack to top 5. And they've been doing it without Austin Ekeler, the red zone ace. Once he's back, I'm putting my chips on the Chargers. But I have something for you Chargers fans, and this is where Brandon Stanley, he gets put on the hot seat. They're up against a Chargers defense that's, well, let's just say not Staley's proudest work. McCarthy's got a prime opportunity here to spark that offensive fire against a struggling defense and make a statement against the very guy he let go in Kellen Moore. Chargers fans, I want to be very clear about something. I want to be upfront. I am a Bengals fan. I am Joe Burrow's right-hand man. I'm his best friend. We already know that we don't have to talk about it, but there is animosity between Joe Burrow lovers and Justin Herbert lovers, right? Justin Herbert was hurt last year. Media did not really cover it, and it hurt the Chargers' image. Today, Joe Burrow is hurt, and the media covers it, and it gives the Bengals some wiggle room. We have excuses. I get that, and I'm sorry for it. Genuinely. Bottom line is, Justin Herbert is physically one of the most gifted athletes I have ever seen in my life. No more bringing this young man down. I am a fan of Justin Herbert. Huge one. He deserves playoff berths. He deserves a consistent defense to bail him out a few times. But mostly, I think he deserves an offensive-minded head coach. I don't know if Staley and him are going to be the best bet to go the long road, but I need to know from the fans. I need to know from the source. Is Brandon Stanley out? Are you done with him? When were you done with him? Do you want him in the future? What are your thoughts on Kellen Moore? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, comment, subscribe.